Hey guys, welcome back to RLDesign.Innovations. Welcome to my shop. I haven't been recording lately. I've been on vacation and lots of family events and barbecues. That's what comes with summer. In the fall, you'll see I'll start putting out some more videos, more projects, and more how-tos with LightBurn, Xtool S1, and the camera kit. So what are we doing today? I received over the last couple of weeks a lot of emails asking what is the best way to maintain your laser system. So today I'm going to show you how to clean the bed very easy, very quickly with some chemicals, how to clean your laser, take it apart, clean it, lubricate your rails, clean the rails, and just put everything back together so that your equipment, you're taking care of it, it will take care of you. Let's get over the workstation so I can show you all the chemicals and tools needed so that we can get going. Let's get going. Okay, so we're at the station right now. First thing we're going to do, show you all the stuff needed. These are Hex key T-handles, a lot easier than using the little tools that come with the laser. So I recommend getting a set of these. They come like this, in a set, in a rack. Makes it so much easier for maintaining your laser. The next thing that I like to use, the plastic case. The top of the Xtool S1 is all acrylic, and we want to clean it. You may see a couple little scratches on there. Very easy to clean using this chemical. Chemical I like to use is a Novus product. They have the clean shine. This is for cleaning it, shining it up. But then if you have slight scratches in your acrylic, you could use this Novus fine scratch remover. But then if you have some deep scratches, say you drop the tool on it or something like that, they have heavily scratch remover. What I typically will do, if I find a scratch, I'll use the scratch remover first and then follow up with this clean and protect. It puts a little slight protection on there. Not crazy, but it gives you something. Next thing you'll need is rubbing alcohol to clean everything. I do have like the 80% or 75%. I just keep filling this because it's a small jug to hold. I use these electronic Q-tips. They're squarish. This I use for putting the lubrication on the track. You also will need regular Q-tips to clean the lens and the camera lens. You also will need a lubricant. This is what came with the Xtool S1. But if you run out, that one's almost empty, you can get something called Super Lube. This is a multi-purpose synthetic lubricant. It's really good. I think it's the same consistency and the same product of what comes with this is PTFE base, so it's a really good product. Then to clean the bed, and this is how I do it very easily. I picked this up in the Dollar Tree. It's an all-purpose oven cleaner, and this is what I spray on the bed. You'll see how we do that. So the first thing we're going to start off is clean the bed and also have some paper towels. We're going to go over the station. We're going to start with the bed because I spray it with the chemicals. I let it sit for about a half hour. I turn it over, spray the other side again, and then we hose it down, especially if it's a nice day out. And while that's soaking, we'll clean everything else up. So let's get going with the laser. Here's the Xtool S1. What I do is I remove my little strip. This is great to get. It's a dry eraser magnetic strip. Everyone that has the Xtool S1, when you put the riser in, there's a tiny little gap between the base of the laser and the riser. Even though they put a black tape in here, you see that? You still get it. So what I do is I get this magnetic, close it good, and it blocks that, so no injury to the eye. Anyway, we're going to remove this, open that up, put this over here. We're going to slide this out. If you notice, I put a couple of pieces of plywood on here. That's to keep this from moving. I just cut out, these are, I think like a little more than a ½ inch. It worked perfectly for that. I also have on the side, I printed this out. Maybe put it so you can see. Printed this out, take it out. This holds the bed in place. It's a 3D printed. I used ABS material. It's like an X, squishes. That way it keeps this from the bed from not moving. Take all your magnets out, your piece holders. Take those out, put them somewhere where you won't lose them. Now here's the bed. If you notice, I have sheet metal on the bottom of the bed because I don't want to destroy the black. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to spray that chemical onto this. First thing we're going to do is take out any pieces of wood or leftovers. And we're going to clean this too. You can see the shape of this and how this is looking. We're going to spray this, and we're going to spray the bed. So first thing I'm going to do is take the chemical, shake it up a little bit, and then we'll let this sit outside. So I'm just going to spray it around. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bed on this, and I'm going to spray. And don't be cheap with this stuff. It's cheap enough. You're just going to spray it really good. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it over and do the other side at the same time. And then we're going to put this outside, not in the sun, because we don't want the chemicals to dry right up. I'm going to put it in the shade and let it soak for, I don't know, about 20 minutes, something like that. It doesn't take long. As you can see, I'm really soaking it really well. Laser's not too bad. If you notice, I put a filter on here. I 3D printed this case. If anybody's interested, I can print these out very cheaply if you want this for your own Xtool S1. I use a furnish filter. I buy it in bulk and just cut these little squares out. And this was after only about a 10-minute use of the laser. You can see it's not perfectly clean, but I'm not going to change it because I cleaned a couple weeks, so it's still pretty good. The only thing I had to do in here is put 2 little longer screws. So the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the cable, squeeze it, pull it out, no big deal. Disconnect. I'm also going to take the sensor off, the leveling sensor. Okay, now I'm going to use those T-squares. Go. A lot easier using these T-handle tools so that I don't drop screws or lose them. I know where they always are. So what I do, so I don't lose screws, I keep this little plastic container here, pop it right in there, and just as I take the screws out, I pop them in there. No big deal. Take this off, take this out of here. You can see it's just a little plain filter. That goes right there. And there you go. There's the 40-watt module. If you have a 20-watt module, the 10 work the same way. So what are we going to do first? We're going to clean the rail system first. So first thing I do is I dust it, just clean off any dust, push this back. Just first dust off anything in here. First thing you can do is clean these they look like little light bulbs. They're not. They're smoke detectors just in case you have a fire, so they actually sense for fire. So you dust them off, dust your lights off. You could see, I don't know if you could see that, but there is dirt just from being on the light rails right here. Again, we're just wiping it down. Nothing crazy. You can blow it. I do that once a year. I blow it out really good, but I keep my stuff really clean. So if I'm doing a lot of engravings, especially cutting wood, if you're cutting, you need to clean it more often than just laser engraving. Just because there's a lot more smoke, even if you have the air vent on and you have the compressor enabled, you're still getting a lot of smoke. So right now we dusted everything, and next thing we're going to do, we're going to wipe these rails down. Get the old lubricant out of there, same thing. This is the y-axis I'm wiping. This is your x-axis. Do this really good. You want it nice and clean because after this, we're going to put the new lubricant layer on here. Again, wipe it. Now I'm going to bring this forward. You want to clean your x-axis really well. And then back over here, doing the y-axis. Clean it really well. What a lot of people forget to do is your z-axis. That's this right here. So if I push down, this is what makes the laser go up and down for focusing. You got to clean in here really well. A lot of gook gets built up in here. You just want to clean it. Clean both sides. We're going to be re-lubricating this. Try to get as much out as possible. Then I go in here, you can see it's getting filthy, this little paper towel. Just shows you, again, I didn't do it extensively because I've been on vacation, but I had. Okay, so that's pretty good. Again, I'm going to wipe here. I'm going to wipe the little rails on the side if I get them in there a little bit. Same thing for the little wheels. I call them rails, but the little wheels that go on the rails, wipe them if you can. This one's a little hard on this side. Go forward. See, I'm trying to just get in here and clean it out. That's it. And then again, wipe in the back where your laser head was before. Move it forward and clean back here as well. Clean those rails. Dust everything off back here. Make sure nothing is dirty. Even your fan. You go inside. The thing left that we want to do is clean the case of the Xtool. All right, so now what do? I just spray a little on here, a little on there. You don't want to get this chemical for the acrylic onto the camera. This little lens here, we use alcohol for that because this will definitely put a coating on there because this is a cleaner and a protectant. So I clean in here very well. I do this. I don't know if you can see. You can see the brown coming off. And that's residue that occurs always when you're laser engraving or cutting. It's the wood, it's the oils in the wood expanding and getting heated up and basically boiling. So you do that. Again, a nice spray on here, as they call it, little Brits. Move my rubber protectant. And again, you're giving it a little love, so it takes care of you. And again, we'll clean the camera lens in a little bit. Okay, next thing we're going to do is clean the air filter. Let me move these tools out of the way since we don't need them now. Basically, I lift this up. And this is the Xtool Air Compress Assist. Okay. All right. Let me use this because I hurt my hand. I can't grab too well. There we go. So you can see I put a couple little pieces of insulation over here just to lift this up a little bit. The filter is pretty clean. Like I said, just cleaned it a couple of weeks ago. How do I clean these? I wash them. Alcohol, I pour a little of that alcohol, rubbing alcohol on it, let it soak a minute or two, and then I wash it with water and then let it air dry. I have 2 of these, that way I rotate. And then you just put it back in. Then you put this back in, and then you are set, and then we are good to go. Okay, the first thing you want to do is take out these 2 screws right here. Okay, this is loose, right there. And this is a different one. When we take these out. It's not hard doing this, it just takes a little time, that's all. There's 2 fans in here. I only do one at a time. So I take one screw out. Let's see what it is. This one. To clean the fans, a lot of people forget about these fans. They build up a lot of residue, and you want to clean everything out. Okay, that's done. Now what do? I take my alcohol, my rubbing alcohol, I dip it in here, and then I clean this fan. So I go like this. It's very easy to do. You clean the blades. This is not too bad. I only had like 1 use before this of the laser. So these, I've seen people have these and they never clean these fans. Oh my God, the stuff that's in here built up. This is important to keep the fans clean because this is what cools your laser head. You can see this is dirty already. Look at that. You see that? So, you know, if you don't clean your fans and they go out, your laser head will burn right out. It needs to be cooled. Just like CO2 lasers need water cooling, these use air and cooling. Just like your computer, PC has, you know, a lot of PCs still have fans on them to cool them down. Some of the new ones use liquid cooling, but I would say for the most part, majority of them out there are still using air cooling. So you can see that's it. You can see how much dirt again came out of that, filthy. I'm going to do it again. Now, this is another thing people forget to do. Clean in here. You clean all the gook out. I got in there, but be gentle, be careful. You clean as much as you can out. I'm not rubbing hard. I'm just going back and forth easily. You can see again, look at the dirt from that. Now I use the other side. Again, I'm going in here, trying to get everything as clean as possible. Excuse me. And that's all there is to do it. Now, what do? First, we have to make sure we don't have any hook on here, like okay. Now we take these out. Same procedure. Go in, clean it. So I only did it a couple of weeks. My laser head all the time. If you're doing laser and you know, doing this as a business all the time, you're going to want to clean it every couple of days because you take care of it. It will perform better. It'll cut cleaner. And you save the life of your laser head by cleaning it out like this. Again, clean the blades first. This. Show you a little close-up. So we're cleaning the blades. Just going in here. Wiping them. And then you go around like this. And then we do the bottom. Flip it over and you can see the dirt just from cleaning that out. And it's not something that takes a long time to do, especially if you maintain your laser. You do this periodically. You know, again, if you're doing laser engraving every day, I would do it every couple of days, but at a minimum, do it a Saturday morning. Boom, I'm going to start, or right after work. You know, once you start doing this real repeatedly all the time, it doesn't take that long. Sorry. Okay, those are snug. Now what do we do next? We want a clean plate. You say, oh, it looks pretty good. We're going to take some alcohol, rubbing alcohol again. I soak the little napkin because it dries very quick, and just clean it. Rub it really well so that it's going in between the vents. And again, this is not heavily used. I used it once for engraving a couple of coasters, real quick ones. You can see how dirty it gets real quick. It's going to go in the system like that. This is going to go on here like this, as we had it before. I 3D printed this so that when it's in your laser, you grab onto this to move it. I don't know why Xtool S1 didn't make the handle and come with the laser. I mean, I printed this out of white ABS material. You can do black, whatever you want. I just had it loaded in my 3D printer. And this way, it's easier to control your laser. For moving it, I should say. I don't get why they didn't. But we're more than halfway done cleaning the laser. As you see, it's no big deal. Now, this you see this right here? You want to pull it up, wiggle it, it comes right out. And then you have this piece that was below it. I could have taken that out first, but I didn't. Same thing. Little rubbing alcohol. Clean this in here. Make sure everything is clean, and then we'll wipe the outside after. You can see, not bad. Not too bad. But this is important. You want to clean inside where the air gets sprayed and the laser comes through. You want to clean this really well. And you can see I had some gook on this. Not a lot, because like I said, I cleaned it a couple weeks ago. and I haven't been home, so it really hasn't been used. There's probably more dust on it now than anything. On over here, tough thing. We get a little more alcohol in that. And on vacation, I just came back, as I was saying before, from Maine. Had a really good time. Beautiful. Went to Arcadia National Park, did some hiking. Beautiful place. People are so nice there. If you ever get a chance, get out there. Especially if you like lobster. If not, there's all kinds of other foods as well, like everywhere else, but you have to crack a lobster when you're there. Okay, next thing we want to do is clean in here. This is your protecting lens right here that protects the laser. You unscrew it like this. I'm going to get another fresh Q-tip, and I'm going to use a couple here, and you'll see why in a second. So I'm unscrewing this. This is your laser protector. I do this first. In here, you take the alcohol and you rub gently. You don't go crazy. You rub it gently, and you take the dry end. Probably need 2 or 3 of these, and you just clean it out. Just making sure you're getting everything out, and you're not pushing hard. You don't want to scratch this. You go like that. No big deal, right? Then you clean protector in here. Now, some people ask, how often do I change this? I've had my laser now a year, but because I'm doing maintenance on it all the time, I haven't had to change this yet. They do send you, when you get the Xtool S1, spare ones of these laser protectors. I haven't had to change yet. Mine's in pretty good shape. Again, if you clean it often, you won't get permanent smudges on here. I don't know if you can see through that, but it's pretty clean. Making sure there's no cotton left in here from the Q-tip, and that looks great. It looks brand new. So we're going to put this on here, just touching the metal, because I don't want to get fingerprints on this again. There we go. And now, what else do? We clean in here like we did before. A little alcohol on here. Again, cleaning this off. And you can wipe it down, get any residue off. They go in here. Now clean this little sensor. There's a little sensor over here. You want to clean this. Clean it gently with your Q-tip and your alcohol. There's also another sensor right over here. Same thing. Fresh tip. Q-tips are cheap. Use as many as you need. Don't be cheap with the Q-tip. Then over here, you do this. Same thing. Wipe it. And then dry it. Then what I do is I use the wipe end. The wet end, I should say, go in here and clean off any residue that in here gently. I'm not squishing it in. I'm not forcing. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. You can see how filthy that got. Let's get another one. Then I'm taking time in this so that people can see this. Because some people have never had a laser board, never had the Xtool S1, and they're nervous. You take care of it. You do this maintenance. It's not hard. Again, I'm cleaning this. I'm going to use a paper towel in a sec. I clean everything over here, even the tip right here of the air hose. This is your air hose that goes to the compressor right in there. Now I'm going to take clean, fresh paper towel. Again, more alcohol, and just wipe all this down gently. In here too. Now we're going to put this back. You wipe this one more time. Put this back. Goes right there. Now this, you just wipe it down, get any residue off, and then you put it back. And that's all it is to cleaning your laser. So what do we have to do now? We have to put this back in, put the air filter, the filtration I built for this on here, and lubricate the rail. So let's get back in over there. Again, we cleaned the rails by wiping them down. Before, we cleaned all of these. I took the paper towel and just wiped off the X-axis, the Z-axis, and got rid of all this. We wiped in here, cleaned out everything that's in there. Now, what do we do next? First thing I'm going to do is just line up the filter pad. You're going to say, why doesn't he change it? It really doesn't need to be changed at this point. Again, these screws I had to make a little longer for these. No big deal. I just found some. You find that just I always hold the laser with this hand and tighten. If you're a lefty, do the opposite. The reason being, you don't want the laser falling out and damaging it. Okay, that's it. Now what do we do next? We put the air hose back on, just plugs right in. No big deal. Now we have to relubricate. Do not use a lot. You don't need. Let me squish this down. Let me see if I can get some out here. You can see just a little like that, right on the rail. We do the same thing for this side. I'm not a lefty, so I'm trying to be clean. Put some for back here. I'll do the same on the other side. Again, you don't need a lot. Sometimes less is more. I'm sure everyone heard that expression. Same thing here. Let me put a little more here. That's it. Now, this is where this comes from. See the handle that I made? And just go back and forth a couple of times. If you see some not getting picked up, like over here on the side, just wipe it off. And just roll back and forth a couple of times. Now, we do the same thing for the X track, the X axis. Let's push it this way, it'll be easier. Go right there. And you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. Okay, and you go back here. And how do you know if you need lubrication when you don't clean your laser all the time? You will start hearing squeaking. Now, here's what a lot of people forget. Push this down. And like I said, put a little over here, a little over here, a little around here, a little right there. And go down. What I like to do is I put a little down here as well. Just like that. And I do the same for this side right here. And then you go up and down. That is all to cleaning, lubricating, and maintaining. All right, I just brought this in from outside. All I did was hose it off and wipe it off with, get some of the water out. And this is what the bed looks like. A lot better. I didn't scrub it. Some people use little brushes to go through it. All I did was spray it. So I hope this brings to you an easy way for maintaining your laser, cleaning the bed. I hope this brings to you answers on how to maintain your laser, clean it, lubricate it, clean the bed, so that your machine takes care of you as you took care of it. With that, I say thank you for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. More projects coming in the fall. Again, the next video will probably be in a couple of weeks just because I'm vacationing here and there and doing day trips. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful summer. Stay healthy. Be good. Bye-bye.